when you know that the activities that they're involved in are jeopardizing the very survival of our nation. I took the decision that would be a betrayal of the trust that the Ghanaian people put in me on the 7th of January this year. And as a result, we established this committee within the government to design a policy for us, not just to stop it, to reclaim the land, to let our rivers work again, but also to see how we can figure a way for all these able-bodied young men who are involved in this activity to find an alternative livelihood. So it's a package. It's a package that we have designed to try and bring this menace to a conclusion. I've said it in the cabinet, and perhaps it's the first time I'll be saying it in public. I am prepared to put my presidency on the line on this matter.
Together with technical officers from the Minerals Commission and the Forestry Commission.
You think the military is the way to go?
As of now, we have no other alternative than to use them. You know, these miners, if you come here unarmed, you may be attacked. No civilian can easily approach them to tell them to stop, unless our brothers in the military are here. Their uniform alone is enough scare to them.
So how soon should we expect this military deployment to this other forests?
Yes, next week it will happen. You see, there is one excavator.
Sorry.
Today pit, and as soon as they saw us, they fled.
Yeah.
It means that when we leave here, they will come back and work. So the action that we have to take here will have to be immediate. You see how they have devastated the forest, and it is not only this area. As we are being told, there are other areas of this. As we close one avenue today, they open another. For we are not regular on the ground. So if we should sack them from Bekwai, they move to Apamprama. If we sack them from Apamprama, then they move to Aparapi. That's what they do, right? So where they see that we are very active on the ground at this other forest, they move to another forest. All the forest is full of gold. So they do some small geological work. They move into work.
So immediately, like you mentioned, next week we should expect this deployment taking place.
Yes.
Do you have an idea of the number you would want to deploy?
Maybe
16,000 hectares, we are told.
Yes, if we come with 2 platoon, in military when they say platoon, it means 30 soldiers. So 2 platoon is 60 soldiers. 60 soldiers are around. Nobody will come here.
But they still manage to break through even with the military or Vanguard team on the ground. They are still operating.
They are not here. Vanguard is not here. Are they here? They are not here. What the officer said was that there were some people who purportedly were in military uniform, and they assumed that they were military officers. We have met to revise our notes.
Was very good because I remember we going around even with our board and management to some of these areas to check on performance or to check on how things were going. And seriously, the campaign was good because in some of our treatment plants, for instance, we had reduced the volumes of or the quantities of chemicals that we were using for the treatment. We had seen improvement in the raw water quality, at least even with the naked eye you could see. And in some areas like Chebi, the water after very few weeks was very clear, and you could see it. And some oldies that we had a chat with, old ladies that we had a chat with, actually admitted that this was how it used to be in times past before Galamsey set in and all that. So we're all hoping that it was going to continue like that. and then occasionally we hear of some operations somewhere and all that, and then we'll see a change. But then it was still okay. We're managing it, but now it's terrible. It's terrible, and
how terrible is it?
My fear now is that, for instance, in the western region, if you are not careful, we may have to shut down, especially our Dawasi treatment plant.
You heard it from Stanley Mante, who is with the Ghana Water Company Limited. But before that, you heard the presidency. Let's check if his presidency is on the line. He put his presidency on the line, really. And the lands minister, Kweku Asma Treme, was the one who was on the ground and showing us all of that, wreck, all of that havoc. And Stanley Mate is bringing us a perspective. If you don't think about it beyond the forest that we are destroying, then think about how close it's getting to you by the destruction of the water bodies. And the Ghana Water Company had told us earlier that in the next less than 10 years, if we are not careful, we may have to import water. Now that we don't import it, all right, let's see how it gets.